We met in Bible college at 18, and we dated for 4 years, all through school. And we had kind of planned to get married the next summer. So it wasn't a surprise. And we planned this night to go to dinner, and he was going to formally propose. And I think he kind of chickened out, and he just kind of said it at the house before we went to dinner. Nothing formal, for sure. I never felt a calling of any kind. And so by the time we were married, I'm 22, and one day in prayer, I'm just asking God, what am I called to do? And I heard him, his exact words were, be Jon's wife. Things were simple at 22 years old, but as time has gone on, the weight of ministry and life has gotten heavy. And when circumstances change, I knew that my number one goal still was to just be by his side and support him. Would you please stand and help me welcome my husband, Jon Chasteen.
What's up, XO? You guys excited to be in the house? Sit down, hurry. Sit down fast. They only give me 20 minutes. Like, I gotta hurry. I gotta do this really fast. I'm not used to this. Hey, what an honor to be here. Michelle and I have been married for 18 years and love her with everything in me. And we've been coming to the XO conference for many, many years. And the XO conference has made us better. And it's such a full circle story for me to be able to stand on this stage and be able to be a part of XO conference when the XO conference has always been such a big part of my life. So before I get started, I want to honor this amazing ministry, and I know that you do too. And I want to honor, obviously, Pastor Jimmy. Pastor Jimmy's my pastor. He's an amazing man of God. But I also want to honor the whole team. Do you know Brent Evans and his wife Stephanie and the entire team of Marriage Today? Can we just honor this entire team? Aren't you thankful for XO? It's amazing. And so I want to jump into this. Will you do me a favor before I start? Look at your spouse real quick and just look him in the eye and say, I choose you. Now give him a big sloppy wet kiss, all right? If you've been married less than 2 years, you can use your tongue. If not, you're too old for that. You're not allowed to. That was awkward. Okay, here we go. Marriage is the easiest thing on the planet. Said no one ever. Ever. And if you've been married for any amount of time, you're gonna go through some it. See what I did there? Shh. See? Here's the deal. It's like a lot of things in your life. You're either coming out of your it, or you're in your it, or you're gonna go through some it. It's just the reality of marriage. And I wanna talk to you on this subject for just a little bit because there's something really, really important in this phrase that I just said of you going through some. The key word is through. Through. And I want to start this, I want to take you to a passage of scripture in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 2. And I want you to help me preach this. It says, when you pass through, come on, help me preach and say through. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass, there it is again, through. Come on, one more time. Wow, you guys, I like you guys. You're preaching with me. And then it says, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned, and the flames will not set you ablaze. And so I want to talk to you on the subject for just a few minutes of, I'm through with it. I'm through with it. Maybe you're at this conference today, or maybe you're at one of our simulcast sites, and this is kind of a last-ditch effort for you. And you may be even saying to yourself, I'm through with it. I'm through. And maybe it's not your marriage, maybe it's a situation. Maybe you're going through something together as a couple that you're just through with it. Like you're just tired of it, you're sick of it, you're sick of the business situation, you're sick of your financial situation. I want to talk to you on this subject for just a few minutes, and I want you to even think about your it. What is your it? And your it in this passage is this symbolism of the word water and the word fire. That when you pass through the waters and when you walk through the fires, and wouldn't you know, it'd be just like God to use two things, water and fire, that they say are the two worst ways to die, drowning and burning. And God uses this same symbolism to describe how life can be, this idea of fire and this idea of water. And really what this is saying to us is when you go through the worst time of your life, when you go through the most difficult times of your life, you're going to get through it. And I like this passage because it doesn't say if you walk through the fires and if you walk through the water. It says when. When. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And I want to talk about these two things, water. And I think about what water is. Water is one of the most powerful things on the planet. It can carve, the rivers will carve the Grand Canyon. They say that just 3 to 5 inches of water can actually make a car move. And water is a very powerful thing, and water can move a lot of things. So because of this, we build bridges. But you know what word is not mentioned anywhere in the Bible? Bridge. The word bridge is not in the Bible. You won't find the word bridge in the Bible because there's some things that we're just called to walk through. And sometimes I hope that there's a bridge. I hope that the counseling session works. I hope that the miscarriage is something that you can just forget about and move on. And I like this nursery rhyme. Have you ever heard this nursery rhyme? It says, we're going on a bear hunt. I got my binoculars, and we come to a cave, and what do? Well, we can't go under it. We can't go around it. We can't go over it. It looks like we're just gonna have to go through it. And then they come to a cave, and they say, well, we can't go around it. And they come to a swamp, and I can't go around it, and I can't go under it. I can't go over it. It looks like we're just gonna have to go through it. So it talks about water, and then you think about fire. What does fire do? Fire consumes. Fires destroy. And what the scriptures does not say, I wish it did, but it doesn't say and the fires will be extinguished and everything will be fine. No, the scripture says when you walk through the fire, I'll be with you. It's this promise that God gives us in the process of life. And some fires go away and some do not. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew this very well, that fire was not extinguished. In fact, it was turned up hotter. And so far, this is like the most depressing sermon of all time. Can we get somebody else out here, please? I don't know that I like this John guy, but we got to establish some reality. We got to establish that there are just times in this life where life hits us right between the eyes, and we have to be given tools to get through these things and to walk through these times in our life.